Here we go. Awesome car. Awesome car.
So here's a 3-minute tutorial on a quick Land Rover LR3 oil change. Taking everything out, oil dipstick here, cleaned up to check it out, and also make sure this is open so it got free falling all the way down, and also got air so it can be vented. And then we're gonna go underneath here as well to change it out. It holds 8.1 quarts, and of course a little bit more just because the V8 is a little bit less on the V6. Here is the oil filter. You can see it's located right up there. It takes 13 millimeters to screws to get them off, and then the plate coming off. And in order for you to find the drain plug as well, it is actually over there. You can see it. That's the drain plug. Now there's a lot of pressure on that oil coming out of there, so we'll have to put a cardboard up here to keep the beam from the oil coming out and get control over that to get into the pan. So that's the whole idea. For today's purpose, we got a little bit of an oil container here. This thing can take all of it. It takes 16 quarts, so that's actually half full when it's done, if you have everything in it. You can also go with a small oil pan there and then suck something out in the top first. That way you can have that as well. But to take the drain plug off, you need a 16 mil, and that's going to be running straight into here. Tray, so you got the diagonal, the longest part for the beam to actually hit, and make sure it can go down. Make sure you have the overflow here as well, also the vent going on before you remove the bolt itself. The bolt is sitting right there right now, and I actually just loosened it up. So let's see what happens here in a second. I'm sorry if you're turning sideways here, but it only takes a split second. We'll be back to normal screen again. There we go. And see how much power there is on that? That's the reason why. Oh, there you go. That's the reason why you want a cardboard or a good nice collector for this. Otherwise you'll have a lot of dirt going in. But it's actually a lot of power on that oil coming up. While the oil is draining out over there nice and easy, it always is like this, that when you take the drain plug off the oil, the wind is going to start blowing, so you have oil all over the place. This is kind of normal, Murphy's Law, I guess. But that's happening to every one of us. The filter's up here, and now I'm going to remove that. It's just going to go ahead and counterclockwise screw it off. It will come out with a little bit of oil spill as well, so make sure you have a drain pan underneath here as well, and you should be fine. It takes a split second. So we're getting ready to put the new filter in. Gotta get one of those, and we'll put that in there. Everything's clean up there so far. And here's what you need to wet with a little bit of oil. I'll just take a droplet or two of this up here because it's going to be there for a while. And that's going to keep it sealed towards the sealant area as well. So it's going to go ahead and not spill anything as you fill it up with oil and start driving again. So here we are. Bring it back in. Don't touch any of the dirty areas with it. And then you just screw it nice and dandy back where it was. And snug with your hand, so you can always get it off with your hand again. And that's important. There we are. Now oil filter's changed. You can always clean up the area because it does get a little bit dirty all over the place. I do that in a second as well. The plug itself for the oil pan, there is a gasket in here as well. It's actually an O-ring that has to be fine and changed as well if it's real. Now this one is actually quite good, so I'm going to put this back on again. I'm sure it's going to be fine, but just so you know that it's a special plug, so make sure before I put it in, clean the area where it's going to go, and it's going to go in over there in that place. So clean that area and then just tighten it up. Little saying here as well: finish your job below and nothing's going to blow. So don't go ahead and start pulling in oil anywhere before you actually have tightened everything and you know that's all set. I'm going to put a torque wrench on this and tighten up to about 22, and that should be fine. Finish below and we're ready to go. Here we go, all covers and plates now back to normal, and just need a few more screws and then we're done. Now check that you got enough. I got a little bit above where I'm supposed to be, but that's fine. I'll run the engine in a second, go for a little drive, and then it will fill up the oil filter, and the 8.1 quart should now be to the maximum. So I might have to check it in about another 10 miles time, and then I might have to refill a little bit more, but that's basically the whole conclusion and the end of the oil filter change and oil change as well on the Land Rover LR3. It's fairly simple, fairly easy, and you can just do it yourself. Well, so in these COVID times, we've got to save a little bit here and there and everywhere. How much did I actually save on doing this myself? Well, there was a nice offer at one of the local auto parts stores. I'm not going to mention the name, so it doesn't matter. But I got 5 quarts of oil over there and a free filter. And then you can use a small coupon on 20% off. And I ended up paying $25.55 US for 5 quarts and the filter. Then I only need to have another 3 quarts, so I bought, of course, another one and put another coupon on that one as well, and also got some percentage on this, and got another filter for my other car. So basically I got for about 30 bucks I changed the oil on a Land Rover LR3, got another filter for the other one, and I'm only missing 4 quarts in order to go to do the oil change on the other car as well. So yes, there's actually a lot of money to save in this if you do it yourself. It takes about an hour. You can do it faster when you get a little bit more comfortable with it, but set off an hour and a half maybe, and you should be fine. Tools you needed was a normal wrench. You actually might want to do a torque wrench as well, but anyway, if you take a wrench size with a socket of size 13, then you're fine to go and take the bottom plate off, and then a 16 to take the bottom bolt out, and then you can actually drain everything. After that, it's just a matter of accomplishing and assembling the whole thing, and you are then done, and go out and drive it, check your oil when you come back, and you're ready to go for another almost 5,000 miles. I hope you enjoyed it, and try it yourself. It's actually worth it. Thanks.